Oh, nice. We
Nice.
actually got it
We
pretty
did it.
even last time.
Our last time was really
Holy
bad.
shit.
Yeah, it was
Last time
pretty bad.
really bad. Hello, everybody.
Shit.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So let's actually continue this conversation. Yeah. So they want me to play Ambessa. Michael and Simran are my league friends, and my friend in real life too. Want me to play a champion?
Only league friends.
Only league friends. Want me to play a champion named Ambessa, which is. Hold on, my audio's fucked. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's so loud now. There we go.
Shall we
Here?
do it again?
Hello? No. There it is. I don't know what the fuck is happening. The gain knob is like either max or nothing. Anyway, they want me to play Ambessa. I don't really want to. I'll try her out because they've been hounding me for literally days. Their argument is I like Pantheon, and I like Gwen, and I like GP, and GP is a late game champion. But like the reason I like GP is because I have barrels, and I have like ways of outplaying people even early game. Like one of the biggest GP things is he puts down a barrel, and then like in the beginning of the game he hits you with passive, and then he baits you into another barrel, hits you with another passive, and it's like you get true damage, and you can like do things. Apparently, like the Ambessa lane is literally if you can't hit your Q on your enemy, you do nothing. Like you just sit there and you farm, and then like if you that's the entire like literally allows like that's what you do in lane. If you cannot hit Q, you don't do anything. You get ultimate, and then like your objective is to get one Q combo in, leave, and then you have to wait for them to fuck up, and then hit your ulti, and then you win. And like that's why she's not played in Master and higher, because I'm not a Master player. I know this is not the case in like any other ranks, but like it just feels like not a me champion at all. You also like only go flash teleport. Like I enjoy champions that go like ignite teleport, flash ignite.
Ignite. That's tough.
Oh, I love it. It's like, listen, it's super fun to flash ignite someone on low health and just walk away. And you're like, yeah, good might. But it's just they're like, no, you should play it. They'll give you like late game, all of this stuff. I'm like, well, you play Gwen, and I have to explain like, well, Gwen is a big lane bully. She falls off mid game, and she comes back late game. And GP is kind of the same way, where like he's a lane bully for like the first 3 levels, then you usually have to play it safe, and then you get to level 6, and then you're back to like full kill pressure, and you can do whatever you want. I'll try. It's the same as I don't play Kayle. Like Kayle is the most boring champion in the world to me. I cannot. My brain, there's a demon in there, and it says you have to beat the shit out of the guy who's in lane with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I think the problem is right. Like as ADC main, like. My champion doesn't function until like 2, like at least 2 items, but most times 3 items, which is like I get to start playing the game 30 minutes in usually. So I while I understand that's tough, buddy.
That's the same reason why they're like, oh, why don't you play AD carry? You're like so good at farming. And I'm like, I can't, because I will see that there's an item in my inventory, and that means my job is now to kill the thing in front of me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, right, I think that logic still applies because your opponent, unfortunately, also is
it's
an
the
AD
same
carrier.
way. They're
That's
still
right.
crippled.
They're also just as crippled
That's
as you.
fair. That's fair. I understand. But
Yeah.
I'll try it. I'll try it in Swift play sometime, and I'll do it. But
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, like it's more, I feel like you said, like, we're not Masters players. I think the vibe is more important.
Exactly.
Than anything else. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, in other news, I was mad at him today morning.
What happened?
This is the most girlfriend fucking shit you will ever hear in your entire life.
Okay.
So I woke up at 5 a.m. and I wanted to text him that like I'm awake for the gym, but I think I didn't. I don't know. I went to bed early, and I guess I didn't sleep well because I woke up, and before I could even hit the text to him that I'm awake, I fall asleep again. And in those 20 minutes of me sleeping, I had like an immediate dream. Okay, and in that dream, I was dressed in full combat gear with a gun. And so was Patrick, and so was a random other person that my brain didn't render, like the face didn't exist. But I was there with Patrick, and we were getting shot at, like actively shot at. And I said, I got this. I know where they are. Cover me, and I'm going to throw this grenade. And it's like an armor-penetrating grenade that I had in my hand. And Patrick looks at me and says, no, you can't do that. That's against the Geneva Convention. We have to build an arbitratrier. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying right now?
What is that?
It means tree fortress in French. Like he wanted to start breaking down the trees around us to build a fortress. And he's like, no, you have to do it. Like that's against the Geneva Convention. Like if you kill them now, we're just going to get arrested later. And I'm like, we're going to die now if I don't do this. And we're like actively getting shot at.
Like you're having this conversation after you pulled the pin, so you're just holding it.
I'm just holding it. Yeah. And then, like it's also snowy and cold. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then just as I was like, the climax of the argument was happening, he calls me to wake me up in real life. And my phone is in my hand, it's vibrating. And you know, my eyes are like, what the fuck is happening? And I see his name. And like, it's incredible that I got owned by Patrick twice. So
Damn.
I'm so mad at him. And then I go to the gym and I'm like, so what the fuck is on with you and about arbitratrier? Like, why did you stop me from throwing the grenade?
Have you apologized yet? Or?
No, I'm not going to apologize.
Dream Patrick, I summoned.
This is a machination of his own brain. He made this happen.
Yeah.
But how accurate was it?
You know, if the stakes were lower, I would absolutely troll the shit out of you for sure. But you know, getting shot at,
Toss that shit.
Exactly. Just
things
toss
might
it.
be a little different. Yeah.
I just like that my brain was like, no, there can't be a squad of just two. It's at least 3 people. But then didn't render the guy's face behind us. He also didn't mention anything. He was just there.
It was just me, honestly.
No.
I didn't feel like rendering. It's okay.
Oh, man. But that was my morning. And I'm so tired today. Oh, my God.
Damn, got off to a bad start.
I don't know how I'm so tired.
Still went to the gym though, so that's
W.
Good. Little
Oh,
W.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
little W.
Yeah, I think that just the cold weather has just been fucking everybody, to be honest.
That's true. Zelda
been
just
really
sleeps
cold.
with me now. She's
Yeah.
too cold. She
Yeah.
just burrows into me.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago wasn't so bad. I don't even know why. Like the weather wasn't.
Just suddenly took a dive. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Like I think the rain just made it cold.
Even worse, too.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
Because like it was windy and that was horrific, but
But
You
now
know,
it's...
Now
wet.
it's just cold
at
and
least
wet.
it was kind of warm when it was windy. Now it's just
Yeah.
The dog park is flooded.
I can't be mad because I know frame 1, they're going to be like, oh, what about the fires? Oh, yeah.
They're done. They're contained now. Like
mostly.
the fire could have. The rain should have come
Needed
earlier.
this? Question mark.
Huh?
We needed this? Question mark?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
needed
That's right. The LA meme.
Yeah.
We need the rain,
Except
though.
That's how we got here in the first place, but I digress.
Dude, I also saw a video that LA is fixing its transit system like actively, which was kind of cool.
What does
Yeah,
that
he
mean?
sent me a 3-week-old video
Oh,
on
nice.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm
which
sorry.
is like so old. It's
Damn,
like
that
insane
was so three
for
weeks
YouTube.
It's a
ago.
3-week-old video about public transport.
Okay.
That's like
How they
brand
fi-
new.
How they fixing it? What they
Oh,
doing?
apparently, like, they're doing like a really good job. It not the city of LA mayor office, because Karen Bass is actually kind of
Under
working
fire.
against this
Womp womp.
because she's in support of fucking rich people. But the way that LA kind of works is because of how big it is. A lot of like the local governments actually have a shit ton of power, and they're working with like Metro LA and another company to basically make more heavy rail and light rail, and they're doing an extension that's going to go like all the way to San Bernardino.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this one that's going to like all the way to San Bernardino. The other one's going to go like all the way down to here and then into Santa Monica. And the reason that it finally, so it turns out that like the city was blocking. I found this out through the video that the city was blocking the Metro link that's attached to UCLA because the rich people around here didn't want it. Like literally, they
That's
did not
because
want
it brings
it.
them undesirables over here.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not joking.
I'm
Like that was the
surprised
reason.
like if you were rich, you even thought about like people using the fucking. I don't understand.
Yeah. So, but apparently, it was never up to a public vote.
Oh.
And then Santa Monica said that they want one, so they started doing a public vote. But like, you have to connect to it somehow. So they like kind of forced the city into building one that goes through here.
So Santa Monica, the bougie ass place as well, was the final.
This is the final straw.
I guess it takes bougie to beat bougie.
It's crazy. And then there's another one that's gonna go like all the way up to like the edge of the valley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that in the video.
yeah.
It was cool.
It's crazy.
How long is all this gonna take?
Oh,
Not long. No.
A couple many years.
Okay, not that long.
Couple
because
many
the one
years.
that's over here is supposed to be done this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
really?
one's that one's supposed to go
from here to where?
into downtown.
So all the way
I
to
think it's a
downtown,
central-
and then it's a central station, basically.
Oh,
And then the other one, the one that's going to San Bernardino, is supposed to be done the next 5 years, but they already have half of it complete.
Yeah, and
Oh,
they're like incrementally adding
Yeah.
stops. It sounds like.
Yeah,
So
like
there'll be
it's
some-
being built and used at the same time.
that's
Yeah.
so sick.
And
my
then
God.
the one that Santa Monica should be done in the next like 3 years, and then the one in the Valley is like almost done. The only reason it's not. Oh, and the very biggest one that is done. It's done. It's going to be operating in the next few months. Is LAX.
Oh yeah,
They have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
station that just services LAX, and the only reason it's not been in operation, which is crazy, is because of LAX.
What?
Yeah.
So
By the airport.
they are like, hey, we'll build this station for you. We'll even build the shuttles. And then the LAX is like, no, we have the shuttles. We'll do it ourselves. And they completed it 2 years ago. It's just been an empty. It's not an empty building. It's filled with everything, but they just haven't been able to operate it because LAX is like, oh, we don't have the shuttles yet for 2 years. And now finally, the city of LA is just like, listen, you are not getting your shit together. So they just like told Metrolink to just buy the shuttles and operate it themselves. So it should be done in like the next 4 months, basically. Like once they have all the shuttles together,
Whoa.
and the routing is done and all the testing is done, then they like you will literally just have a shuttle that takes you from the train station to the airport, and then from the airport to the train station, and you're done.
Oh my God, am I dreaming?
Exactly. That's why I saw this video. Like, what the fuck?
That's insane. What the hell?
Yeah, no, that one will be really nice because being in a car around that airport is
It's
like
disgusting.
It's a
like
nightmare.
one of the worst
It's a
things on
nightmare.
the planet.
The loop is bad. I hate asking for other, like, what is it, like, for another person to pick me up and drop me off there,
Mhm.
and like picking up and dropping other people off there. Like, I'll do it, but like, goddamn, it feels so bad.
Yeah, the drop off is like bad. It's not. There's like picking up is a pain in the dick. I'll always do it for my friends. Anybody who asks me to pick
Yeah,
up from the
exactly.
airport, I will always do it. But holy shit, and then also the way that they fixed it with the quote unquote fixed it with the Uber taxi whatever
the
zone.
exit zone is terrible.
I think I told you what happened last time they came from Chicago. Like
Mm.
the fact that an Uber from there was going to cost me $102 to get to my house. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's half the flight. So I just walked. I walked to like half a mile. No, more than half a mile. I walked like a mile or two until I was like well away from the airport. And then I called one and it was like $30.
Psycho shit.
Fucking bullshit.
That's crazy.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah. You know what I've gotten scammed by the most in my travels around the world?
What?
European taxis at the airport,
Oh,
you should
yeah.
never
No,
trust.
No, never.
If you're ever in Europe, taxis are fine. European airport taxis are considered luxury taxis.
Oh.
Those motherfuckers will charge you like 80 euros.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, we got fucking clapped in Munich.
Well, I knew it. I told you, I'm like, this is going to be insane.
Yeah.
But the university paid.
Yeah.
But I've done this when I've like solo traveled before. Like I've landed in like the Netherlands. And I wanted to get to my hotel, and I didn't want to take the trains because I was fucking tired. It was like I flew there from the U.S., and then I went to a taxi, and I had just forgotten about how much taxis are going to fucking hose you. It was crazy.
That's some shit.
No. Angry.
Anger.
What about you? What have you done the last 2 weeks?
I played Plunder. Been plundering a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you at the 250?
I am at 153.
League got him.
Yeah, and then
I see.
yeah, it's just so
You
my
should play.
League gamer.
yeah.
I know you're cooking today.
Yeah,
we
I
should
don't know
play.
if I'll have time today. Well, I mean I'm making chili, so I just gotta simmer.
There's a lot of AFK time.
Gotta simmer it for a long time.
AF chili time, I
AF
guess.
Yeah.
AFC.
AF stove. But yeah, so I played a lot of Plunder. It's been fun this season. I feel like I hopped on last night before I went to bed. I played one game of Plunder, and the lobby was kind of dead, which like could just be a Sunday night thing, but it could also be the people are like
bored of
kind of
it.
done with it. which is unfortunate because I need 100,000 more plunder.
Yeah. Well, actually, they recently had that sort of creator tournament, right? When did
Yeah.
that happen?
I think that was this weekend.
That was Sunday?
Yeah.
Maybe it like fell off after the tournament was over.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't checked in on the tournament. I don't know who won or anything like that.
I know
so.
if you want spoilers.
Oh, who won?
You're not gonna like this. It's Gingy and Mira's.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. That's a
whatever.
much better reaction than I thought. It's the Echo squad.
Oh,
Yeah.
the objectively better team.
That now I'm mad and I stopped playing. That's crazy. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I'm just I'm a liquid hater.
Gingy is one of their mages, and then is Mira's like their guild leader?
Yeah, he's the
or
guild leader healer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, their guild leader is a healer?
Yeah.
Cringe.
Fuck, I take it back. Actually, I'm Team Liquid now.
That's all it takes.
Finally.
Yeah. No.
As long as
Mira's-
hatred for
Mira-
healers.
He
runs deep.
plays and he does shot calling and stuff.
Healing does the thing that I hate the most. It's the fact that it takes away my ability to kill the thing in front of me.
This
How-
is untrue.
How
And
does this take
And I
away
understand. I understand in World of Warcraft, it's the opposite. It keeps you alive
Yeah.
to kill the bosses, but it takes away the pleasure the bosses feel when they kill a player, because you can never get there. It's always so close.
It's not. Wait, I'm so.
Healing should be banned for bosses and players.
Okay, so that means we. Actually, actually, pause.
Pause. This is interesting now.
If they lower the, so here we go. Here's my coke. They lower the damage output of all the encounters.
Mhm.
They delete the healer class from
Yeah.
the game. All classes are DPS or tank, or it's just fuck it. We're all DPS at the end of the day, right? And we all just have defensive tools.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of
And you
everyone's a
revive
DPS.
after the
Why
boss.
don't I go a
You-
little further?
you revive-
You take no damage.
No.
that's
That's
not
not
what I'm
fun.
saying.
That's not
That's not
fun.
what I'm
You
saying.
revive post after the boss battle's over, so you have to like time your deaths. You're like, okay, this is the best way to kill this boss. You have to figure out who dies, when, where, and how. You gotta like tank kill. It's like real warfare.
No, everyone has personal responsibility for their healer or for their healing / defensive
Oh.
cooldown. So if you died, it's not like, well, I guess the healer didn't do this.
Yeah,
with me.
you have to
It's
do
like,
your
oh,
own.
I fucking died because of me.
I like
I didn't
this.
heal myself.
Actually, this is even better.
The only reason why I also bring this up is like it'll fucking make the game for puggers, like as in people who don't like 5-stack or 20-stack, actually be able to like queue and
Yeah,
like find a
that
find a
actually
group.
I've solved World of Warcraft again.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I would quit instantly.
I'll
I
take my
think.
check in the mail. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would quit so fast.
I mean, the healer game is just, oh, that bar is low. Let me click a button.
Exactly.
For
That's
that.
but then
All you-
then you got to
Oh,
think
but
about
then-
like, well, what button do I press, and like, does it really matter? Do I have to heal them right now? Can I get more damage out?
God-
Brother, all
Yeah.
you have to do is look at your spreadsheet of fucking add-ons and avoid the circles on the floor as you hit buttons.
It's sick. It's awesome. Well, the thing is, like, I feel like the healer UI is the most cursed shit. No. See,
I'm
see.
getting closer to you
No,
because
no,
I think
no.
he's gonna kill me.
No, the healer. I don't know if you've seen it. The healer UI, in my opinion, is like some of the most cursed shit ever.
Oh, I
because-
have seen it. That's why I can't.
Well, yeah, because like most of it is like not their abilities, which is super cool, super down. But most of it is just the entire fucking health bar of everyone.
I
in
know,
the
that's
array
what I
as just
mean.
One
It's
big
just-
matrix.
That's what I'm saying. You're looking at a spreadsheet of little
Yeah.
bars doing this.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because back in the day, you would have to like actually click on a guy to like. Heal
I know,
them,
it's crazy. That sounds miserable.
Which is bad.
That's
which
miserable.
Should not be done
yeah,
like
no, that's
that.
miserable.
Yeah. So instead, they didn't solve that, and players were just like, okay, we'll just make the player units more clickable then,
Mhm.
and not like, oh, what if I had like an AOE ring healing kind of thing. I'm sure someone has that. Some healer has that, but they're not gonna do that.
No,
that stuff.
why would you do that? Target heals, better heals, right?
What? No, not all of the time. You got
Not all
you
the
got
time.
heal and rain. That's a
Yeah.
circle on the ground.
Also,
you got
that's-
efflorescence. That's a circle on the ground.
He's putting circles on grounds.
I like
wouldn't get it.
circles. Yeah.
But hexagons are the strongest shape.
I also the only exciting thing. Slight tangent to this is like I don't know if they updated like more news on player housing stuff.
Not that I
'Cause I
know
think
of.
that would be kind of
Unironically,
I haven't been keeping up.
player
with it.
housing is like the only reason that I'm considering going into WoW properly because I love player housing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm actually considering something else because of player housing.
Oh.
So other game like I tried Lost Ark for a little bit. I didn't really like it. Personally, I think it's like I like the progression of like, oh, I'm level 1, I don't do shit. I like level up to like 10 or like 70 or whatever, and I'm like, okay, now I'm like really fucking pumping, right?
Yeah.
Lost Ark level 1 is like you're already kind of like
Yeah, I agree with you.
it's like for example, I feel like
It's a Diablo MMO.
Exactly.
just-
But I think Diablo does like the scaling.
Yeah, it does it
feels a
better.
little bit better. But the other game I was thinking of is actually Final Fantasy. Yeah, because I heard the player like the rating is still like hard, but it's different, right? But it's not. People aren't as sweaty about that in that game, and they're more focused on getting collectibles for their house, and that
Mhm.
can come from rating. It doesn't have to though.
If we want to do housing, we should play the Ashes of Creation game.
Oh wait, is that the Amazon one? Or
No,
was that
no,
one?
that's maybe we forgot the Amazon one. This one isn't out yet. It's like an alpha or beta right now.
Oh.
What's cool is you like the map is huge. There's no fast travel on purpose.
Tough.
There's ways to travel that's fun
When
and
am I
like
gonna unlock flying though?
almost immediately. You almost
You have to do
immediately.
Pathfinder.
But what happens is you and your friends basically, or you don't have to play solo too. It doesn't really matter. You like pick a region that you like the
He
most.
said I don't have friends. Go next.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. You pick a region that you like the most, for example, and then you can, the more you play in it, you actually like, either if you're new, like if you have like enough people, you attract NPCs to the area that then build a town, and you can have like a house in the town, and you can take care of the town, and you have like a limited amount of inventory space, and each region has a bank. So there's no world bank. So you have to like pick a place where you store your shit.
Oh.
And that kind of becomes like a home base. And there's you can get your shit. Well, this is where it gets a little complicated. I don't know the full mechanics yet because it is still beta. But there are going to be like PvP mechanics where like, people can attack your town, and you
Take
lose like
your
your home.
shit?
No. You still. I think you keep most of your shit. They get rewards for breaking your stuff, but you lose access to your house, so you have to like physically move your stuff to a different location.
Oh, okay.
That
That sounds really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
why?
well, I'm just thinking of the TikTok soundbite of like the guy saying like I went on to like play my favorite game and then I got diddled by the sweatiest motherfuckers ever. Like that soundbite. This is exactly what that is. Like literally, I go to bed right. I'm like, wow, I have all my shit in my house. It's so safe. 3 a.m.
Your
Hassan
shit
gets
doesn't get stolen.
3 a.m. Hassan gets up. He's like, let's fucking rock and roll, boys. Fucking destroys the shit out of my town and goes to work out at 5. This is the schedule, right? Like,
Okay. First of all, you don't have to hard
I don't
read me
know,
like that.
Play that
You
soundbite.
don't
You
have
know what that soundbite is.
Don't-
Play that soundbite.
I know. Don't hard read me like that, okay?
That's the
Like,
thing. I'm gonna wake up
bro.
and like, okay, I guess my town is fucking destroyed again.
Bro.
Will plays Rust.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. I don't play Rust.
Oh my lord.
No, thank you.
But yeah, no, Final Fantasy does look interesting too. My friend plays a shit ton of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So I've heard I don't really know much about it, but I heard a certain encounter from the most recent raid is very similar. Like I guess in WoW, the encounters have a little bit more variance from like pole to pole. So you have to get used to it. Whereas the Final Fantasy bosses are a lot more what's the word? Like consistent from pole to pole. So
Mhm.
it's like a different learning curve. It can be hard as seen from this tier. So the one I'm thinking of is the second to last boss. It's it's Silken Court, where you have like two
okay.
bosses to manage.
Yeah, I know this. Yes,
Yeah.
this is cool. Continue though.
Yeah,
They
but-
don't know.
Yeah. It's just like two bosses you have to manage, and they basically work on a steady timer.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter when. I think there is like a phasing thing that you can get over by dealing a certain amount of DPS faster than they expect, but it's just a strict timer of exactly at this many seconds. The tanking boss is gonna do this move, and then the mage boss is gonna do this other move or whatever. So it's these super very choreographed, I guess, type of fight. So I don't know, kind of neat. I don't know how the I guess like classes play or anything. I don't know anything about the flavor, but like I don't know, be kind of cool to collect.
Seems like a little fun game. Yeah, for sure.
I mean the nice thing is I know it's a meme in the community, but the nice thing is you do get to play for free for
Like
I think
14 levels or something?
No. You can go all the way up to 10 levels from the most recent expansion. So you can play the majority of the game.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So like only if you're trying to prog endgame content, they're like, okay, well then you're gonna have to buy. Like,
That's fair.
Buy a sub or something.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Anyway, but yeah, Final Fantasy 14. It looks interesting. The one thing I know about Final Fantasy 14 is kind of cool is the when the community killed the unkillable boss. And the devs had a panic attack.
Oh, really?
So there's like a boss that on paper should be unkillable. Like there's no amount of DPS or whatever you can do that like will be able to kill him before he kills you. But these are MMO players.
Yeah.
And these are nerds with a lot of time.
They just put 3 AUG evokers in their group and then they were able to do that.
There we go.
But like apparently Jesus. Apparently they like sat down and they like did the math and all the numbers and the fight would last 48 hours.
No, the fuck they didn't.
It's just
No, the fuck
exactly. That's why the devs are like, "There's no way." Like the fight would last 48 hours. It like perfectly timed revives to like deal with the fact that he does like a one shot. Like there's ways of reviving you and having you invincible and like all of these things. I don't know the full details because I can't think about it. But like they did this and the devs are like, hey, please, like the whole point is that he's unkillable and like the story, like don't do it. We don't want to patch this out basically. And then players are like, I actually don't give a fuck. And they planned everything in secret and they just like all loaded in and just ran into the raid when it was time for the devs to be asleep. Like they timed when the most like, you know, game like masters were online to make sure this is the case. But and they like just to start the instance. So they get in there, they start the instance and they start doing their thing. And then like people get alerted and eventually like the company comes in and they're like, okay, they're not going to win this fight. Like there's no way, right? And then the devs are like, well, technically there's a marginal chance, but like they have to be perfect for 48 hours, which is crazy to think about. No, it turns out these motherfuckers were literally dedicated enough that they did it. And like the boss reached 3% health. And the devs are like, oh god, what are we gonna do?
Did they program anything to happen when it died?
No, that's the problem. So they killed him, and then the game crashed.
That's so funny.
And then the entire game crashed, and they all they're like, "Oh my god, the game crashed!" And they log in, and obviously they're outside of the instance because like the game crashed. No items were dropped, no XP was gained. They just did it, and then they were mad at the devs for not giving loot.
Yeah,
and they're like,
I would be fucking mad. What do you mean? I played perfectly for fucking 2 days. So okay, so this is tough because 2 things happened as you were telling this story. My perception of the average FF player has gone down by quite a bit. Okay. Second of all, Blizzard is somehow correct for having enrage timers. This is insane. This should not be allowed to happen. This should not be allowed. If you cannot kill the boss in like an hour,
exactly.
That's insane.
Apparently, the devs felt bad and they like gave every player like something special.
Yeah,
and then they gave them like
title or something.
They got a unique title and they got like a unique item to show off that they did it.
Wait, what's the boss's lore now? Can he be killed
so
by
the
these
boss's
fucking nerds?
lore is that there were legendary heroes that killed him, and it broke the world's timeline, and a different god had to go like literally reverse the timeline and fix it, and explain to the heroes that even though he's evil, they have to let him live because he's like vital to the existence of the world.
No.
And now
I cannot believe I am so enraged timer pilled right now. Like please just give I can't. I'm flip flopping so hard right now. I'm flopping over from like I'm so annoyed that every Blizzard boss that like dies but like needs to be a character goes like enough at like 10% HP and like the encounter is over. Now I'm like I need that shit for specifically like
for this purpose.
Guy.
Yeah, this one guy.
That's insane.
I just don't see how like why if the devs knew that there was even like a
percent,
chance
yeah.
that this could happen, why not just like buff up all the damage by like 20%?
Well, they
like it's
didn't-
easy, just buff up the damage.
So apparently the thing with Final Fantasy devs is that once they make a boss, they like to keep the essence of the boss alive. So they'll do like rebalances and things occasionally, if like something could get broken or like doesn't work.
But like if the essence of the boss is to
that
be
he's unkillable.
then
You are Patrick broke the mic, but we're back.
it
We're all
just
good.
spontaneously broke.
It is
Anyway,
what it is. We're talking about
God.
and WoW, and this is
my
what-
God.
And he immediately starts to sabotage it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
why wouldn't they do it? Well, you're literally giving the argument that was like in the chat by the devs, like we don't want to do this because like the whole point is he's unkillable. Like please don't. And if you add 20% damage, it would have just gone like, okay, we have to heal better. So the fight would have just lasted for like 3 days.
no.
Don't just make him one shot them.
Oh, yeah.
like it just kill them
Yeah,
instantly.
yeah.
Like
Or like, I mean, how I would do this, right? Like,
I kind of agree.
well, how I would do this is like, if you want him to sort of like technically be killable in 2 days, like with that amount of HP or something, you can have him just having like a ramping buff that he gets over
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
And so like, he might not one shot you initially, but like it would be impossible to heal even the tankiest guy after
Yeah.
a certain
Mhm.
point. Right?
I think they eventually did something like this where they're like, he just does an insane amount of damage
That's
after
really fun,
a
though.
certain amount of, like after a certain percentage. But yeah, dedication to staying up for 2
No,
days
it-
playing near perfect is
It makes
crazy.
for a good story because I feel like a part of them definitely wanted this to happen.
Yeah,
kind of in a way,
Yeah.
because like I feel like as a dev you would be allowed to like hotfix and just put in like the make it unkillable or whatever. This is funny. This is like the reverse WoW. where,
I love the
Yeah.
idea of the game just crashing. And like, oh, the problem is they crashed the server, not just their own instance, because it was just like such a bad situation.
didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's very, very cool. They also have like these really big world bosses that are like apparently really hard to kill too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. In WoW, when Cataclysm launched, there was an underwater zone that held a whale shark in it, right? And it was like it had a fuck ton of health, and like it hit really hard, right? And so people would like go and like they try to kill it, right? They make a group and they try to kill it, and it dropped nothing. Right,
That's
it's just
impossible.
swimming out there and then
That's
in
bullshit.
the ocean.
I mean, what is it supposed to drop exactly?
Nothing. They just put it in there they just made him super hard for no reason. He's just a whale shark.
And I like how every MMO player's brain is just like, that needs to die.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Kill shit.
Yeah.
Kill shit.
Get strong, kill thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
I've been playing a little bit of League as well.
you're playing a lot of League.
Swift play gamer.
Swift play gamer. Yeah. So I played support for a long time. I played Nautilus. And then something terrible happened to me. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So in this game, you're required to select two distinct roles in order to queue, which is psycho. in
That's
my
not
opinion.
psycho.
It's not psycho.
It's crazy. I should be able to play what I want. And,
They are asking you,
I'm-
what are
I'm
the
willing-
two things you want to play?
Yeah, I'm willing to wait longer in a queue just to play the role I would like to play.
No, shut up. This is no. Everybody will just pick fucking top lane, jungle, and AD carry.
I would play support. I'm a support person.
I understand, but you're ruining it for the rest of us.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, so I
guess
not
not
only
top anymore. Just kidding.
so not only did I have to select a role, I had to select a in demand role, right?
Mhm.
And my two options for the in demand role, if I remember right, are mid and jungle.
How is mid in demand? That's
It might have been top actually.
I think it's top.
It might have been top.
Hmm.
But anyway, so I could have selected top or jungle, right? And I was like, man, I don't want to do either of these things. I guess I'll pick jungle over top, right? Which
Understandable.
I think
It's the correct move.
might have been the correct move. So I select Vi jungle, right, as my second role, and I want to play Nautilus support bottom, right? And I'm playing with Hassan a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the gods look upon me, and they say, "Too bad you got to play jungle this time."
You're being so entitled right now. It's so funny. Guy has
It's
to play
ridiculous.
one different champion in I don't know how many games. You've been guaranteed Nautilus like how many games already?
Like 90% of his games.
It's
Easily
it
90%.
Might be 90%. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
so this happened to me with Ari as well, right?
Mhm.
But I accidentally
That's so
selected Ari
funny.
jungle. If you'll remember,
John, just look up how many
listeners will
champions
remember.
there are in the game right,
Right.
now. He gets his one in however fucking many, 90% of the time. And it's like, damn.
So I get stuck in jungle, right? And I'm panicking, right? I'm just like, Hassan, please. for
He's
the love
asking
of
me
God,
to
help me,
basically
help me,
play
help
for
me,
him
help me, help
while
me.
I'm playing top. And
Like, I don't know where to go. I've never done this before. I don't
I
even
know.
look at what the jungler in the games that I'm in is doing because they don't exist in my mind. I'm in the
You
bottom lane and I'm
You
helping
love
my
doing
bottom
this.
person.
It's just killing
right?
mobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
he
but
realizes
I
calling.
I had to come to this realization later, right? So
It's like
I'm
the Scarlet Isle.
like you're starting the game. That's
Siren.
insane.
Siren
how you
Isle.
would say that.
That's I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm with him, but okay.
So we're starting the game and I'm panicking, right? And Hassan is like, okay, you start here and you get your red buff. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
And then he gets red buff and he's like,
And-
oh.
And I'm killing the guy and I'm like, Hassan, I'm gonna die. This guy is gonna kill me before I kill it. Like I will
I
not
had
be
to
able
basically
to
yell at him to not run away and just use smite.
Yeah, just use
Yeah, I
mine.
didn't know that. Okay, so a couple things. I didn't know that smite healed you.
I said it to you.
Right. Okay, well it didn't.
He didn't know.
Stand in my head.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Second of all, I didn't know that you could just use smite to do damage and not kill the thing. I thought that smite was like you
Execute
must use
only.
this to kill the thing, right? So I'm like sitting there and I'm like, well, I can't use it yet because I gotta time it right.
That is good practice.
Yes,
That's
yes.
good smite hygiene. You don't have to, though.
So yeah, and then Hassan's like, well, go get this thing next, go get that thing next, and I'm just like running around the map, and I'm like, oh my god, this is
Meanwhile, I'm beating the
Actually-
shit out of someone in top
this is
lane.
actually excellent. I'm just
Yeah.
a PVE gamer. I'm having a great
pause.
time.
I think there is a setting in the game that you can like not add-ons or anything.
Yeah.
You can just turn on like suggested jungle path.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that
I didn't know that at all.
I actually just learned it as you were saying
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
Ludwig turned it on and then double.
Is it
yelled
good?
at him.
And then he went up a rank.
Yeah. it's not great because it will give you the most basic path, but the most
see.
basic path is better than no path.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a path that I enjoy
Yeah.
now. And
Yeah,
I can
he
do
enjoys it
fast
so
enough.
much that the motherfucker will be like 12 to 13 minutes into a Swift play game, and I press tab, and all he has is the starting jungle item
It's never-
because he
this
hasn't
never
backed
happened.
yet.
This has never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is true. I think this is exactly what I don't know what to do when I play jungle as well. It feels really arbitrary of when to back. It's just kind of like the most. It's like kind of the most difficult role to wrap my head around in the game. To be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
I just used to play Hecarim, so I would go clear, gank. If I can't gank top or mid, back. Clear, gank top or bottom or mid. If I can't, back, and just do that over and over
Yeah,
again.
I think it just has the least amount of, what's the word? Like overall as the role, it has the least amount of like obvious signals that you are doing something wrong or right. Like you could be doing like a very wide spectrum of things as your input, and the output could be kind of exactly the same. Same thing as like support, to be honest. Like if you play engaged champions and you like don't really engage, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything wrong necessarily, but like you definitely are. Sorry.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but continue. How are you liking the Vi?
Yeah, but I've actually really enjoyed my time in the jungle. After the first jungle game, I was like, you know what? I've enjoyed this. I got to, dash around and kill stuff, and I felt in the game,
Mhm.
So I just made that my main
He's a
my main
jungler.
queue thing, right?
Why
And
do we-
now my second is Nautilus.
Why are all of my friends, besides you, I think?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I'm happy
not.
for
I don't
this.
think, but
Are they're all
Continue.
junglers or supports?
tough.
And then the one guy who plays top triggers the shit out of me because he just like plays fucking Mundo and Shogath and like fucking just great walls of
It's not
China
the fact that you're
top.
also playing top.
Listen, I don't play those champions. I play champions with pizzazz.
Oh, okay. He plays the cool fair champions.
Yeah.
No, they're not fair at all. Pantheon has a point and click stun and requires the brain power of a cricket to play. If you use any more, you do badly because that's not his design.
Yeah,
You're supposed to scream at your monitor
Yeah.
and then just R into fights that you shouldn't win,
Yeah.
but somehow come out on top
Yeah,
because I think you just make the other person panic.
Oh my god. Wait, this actually, I think old Pantheon is so funny to me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they updated the guy to like look a little bit less just like he's a Spartan dude. I mean, he
I have to
definitely is
show you
just a
old
Spartan
Pantheon.
dude. Yeah, old Pantheon looks so funny. And I think his kit was largely similar but even funnier because I don't know if you know like his abilities or anything. So Hassan's
Let
probably played it
me
with you
explain
in
very
game.
easy. Q, he can either throw it or
Yeah.
stab in front of him.
Yeah.
How do
That's-
you determine which one it is?
You
Uh,
press,
how long you
like,
hold it?
tap or hold.
Oh, okay.
W, point and click stun. Okay.
Easy.
E, he pulls up, he like stabs in front of him. It doesn't really do much damage, but he'll block any and all damage coming from the direction he's stabbing.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay.
And then ulti, you saw it. It just lands somewhere. But
Yeah.
importantly, every 5 abilities and 5 auto attacks, so like you can mix them up, it gives him his passive. And his passive will make his Q do more damage and execute someone below a certain amount of HP, I don't remember. His W, he will auto attack in front of him 3 times, and it's considered 1 auto attack, and each one does a percentage of his AD added on top, so you can get crit and you'll
So
crit
I
3
think
times.
the base ability
Yeah.
of the W is like you stun and your next auto attack is empowered. So it makes the next 3 or like it makes it
So
even more.
they
empowered, right?
removed they removed that
Oh, they
from
removed it?
from base
Okay.
W. It's just
I
a
see.
stun.
I
And then
see.
his E with passive, it gives him armor, magic resist, and movement speed.
Sure.
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 And that's it. Oh, and his ultimate passively gives him armor penetration, 10%. First level, then 20, then 30.
I see.
Yeah.
So I think old Pantheon was largely the same, with the exception that the jump was like less of like a directional. Like his ultimate jump was less of like he's like sliding in. It's just like a big circle, and he just lands on the circle. And also the funniest part, I believe the spear throw, like many other things in the game in the past, is just a point and click.
No. No.
Yeah.
No
Wait. What
way.
is like? Show him the splash. The splash is so funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the most fucking like 2004 ass shit I've ever seen.
This one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's just a Spartan guy.
No way.
They just put a Spartan guy in the video game.
Holy shit.
This is him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks way cooler now.
Yeah. He looks like a character.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So now he has lore and stuff, and it's cool.
Yeah.
He's like an avatar of like a certain astral god or whatever. Yeah, no, it's tough.
Well, yeah.
No, they just put like this is just old gamer like logic versus current, right?
Mhm.
Like for example, Vi unfortunately just is like buddy cops with Caitlyn, and
Yeah.
they like run the town.
Yeah.
Back in the day, but now she has like depth because of Arcane, which is cool.
Hmm.
But they haven't updated the character fully in game to reflect that yet. So she's still. Do you have like voice quotes on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Vi is for violence.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, punch first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of fun thing. So
And Caitlyn is just basically a sex bot. That's what her
What?
splash art. She just looks like she's literally in lingerie, top hat, and she walks around and she says, "Sorry boys, I left the fuzzy cuffs at home."
that was okay. I think that was old.
They updated?
Yeah.
Okay, they updated it. Yeah.
I think because she got a visual update and also got like voice line updates. and stuff.
Okay.
So she's more modern.
She used to be
but I think
basically
Vi
that.
is just not as
No.
popular.
Hmm.
But I mean, because of Arcane, she definitely is. So I guess they might be working on.
Vi top apparently is like a big thing in high elos now, but she kind of gets shit on. The only reason Vi top is the thing is because of tank meta, because she can like kill tanks.
Sure.
And like everybody says, like she's just a consequence of what we're living through right now.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of that champ in general. I think it's really, I always like champion designs that are like I guess the word I'm thinking of is like kind of elegant in terms of like how simple it is, but how much depth you get like with respect to how simple the design is, you know? Because like there's certain other champions where like you have to read like a full fucking 2 pages to know what the like extent of their abilities are to like
That's
even
kinda-
play them.
That's kind of why I like Pantheon.
That's tough. That's tough. What? Okay.
That's kind of why I like Pantheon.
Yeah, he's
You
like
just
simple.
go-
It's chill.
Press Q.
Yeah.
Same with the
I
Gwen.
thought you were gonna say you like the other kind.
No, same with the Gwen. Gwen is easy. Her Q, if you hit it in the middle, it does true damage. Her
Yeah.
E gives her more attack speed. Her W, if she's in it and you're outside, you don't do damage to her.
There you go.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The most complicated champion I play is Gangplank. He's not that complicated. He just like hit your barrels and you're good. But yeah.
No, I think like I think gameplay also qualifies as like pretty elegant because the depth of like you can chain things together and like
Mhm.
do a lot of fun combinations of abilities and stuff. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
that's
you've
sick.
got Mel.
Oh yeah, is she out?
She's out, and it's the worst release of like literally. It's considered like ranked. Literally feels like Russian roulette if you don't ban Mel.
Sure. So she's just overtuned or undertuned?
She's so
I
overtuned.
see.
It's not even funny.
Gotcha.
Her reflect damage, her reflect. So you know her abilities, all right?
Nope. Don't know.
Literally nothing matters except for, well, it's not true. 2 abilities matter. Her ultimate and her W, I think. So her W is she puts a shield around her, and if she gets hit while that shield is on, she reflects anything that's hitting her back at the target. Doesn't matter if it's a skill shot.
Oh, interesting.
And
Will
it does
just be homing?
Yes, it's homing, literally homing, and it does anything. So if Urgot ults her, he gets executed, even if he's full HP,
Wait, what?
because she was not full HP. It would have killed her.
Okay.
And then her ultimate is a point.
That is bad. Okay.
Her ultimate is like somehow more powerful than Veigar ulti,
Okay. So
because Veigar ulti scales based off your AP or like your health and things. Hers just does like a metric fuck. It's
a
like.
nuke.
Huh? Yeah, it's literally like a bonk, and it's such a huge range. Like, Syndra, she has to set something up. This one has to set something up. Literally, she doesn't have to do jack shit. She just walks up to you and presses R.
Is it ranged?
It's ranged.
Oh, it's just a point and click strong.
It's a point and click deletion, and
What
like
does it scale off?
her AP, it's like
Oh.
and it's like 80% or
Wait, I
some
thought she's
shit.
supposed to be a support champion.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just
she's
I'm just making
S,
sure I have the facts right.
she's S plus mid, S plus ADC, S plus support.
I see. Okay, this is tough. That's tough. Yeah, I think maybe they had too long of a run of releasing champs underpowered, but I would prefer that over releasing them overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
And if you read her Wikipedia, it's like you're reading a fucking rule book for a board game. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel because like I think her like, so Mel was, if you didn't know, like she was introduced first in the show Arcane, and like it wasn't necessarily clear that she was going to be a champion. Same thing with Ambessa. It's like I thought it was actually kind of cool and neat that like characters that are relevant in the show aren't necessarily champions, and then they took that and said actually they're all champions, and so. With the exception of one guy, but he was a character in like TFT for a second. Anyway.
Yeah, here. Mel, so Overwhelm is her passive,
Uh-huh.
which if she hits them with her auto attack or any ability, you get a stack. And those passives, if she hits you then again, she gets a stack for herself. And based off of how many stacks she has, it becomes an execute at some point. It's kind of like Smolder, right? Like if she has an execute there.
Oh.
Now listen to what her ulti does. All enemies marked with Overwhelm, which is her passive, regardless of their distance from her, dealing additional damage for each stack of Overwhelm, get hit. So like literally anywhere, if you've been hit by her auto attacks, it doesn't matter how far you run, you can flash. It does not matter. She can just hit that button. It scales with like 70% of her AP, and then also like it has the execute from her passive, and everybody's like, I just die. It's just you cannot run away.
Yeah. I don't know. That's really tough.
Ugh.
Cause like, I don't know. It like leading on with the character and the Arcane stuff too.
Mhm.
Like, she was just supposed to be this like kind of like politician type of character, like manipulating other people and stuff like that. And I think like it was extremely shoehorned in that she got powers like towards the end. And I think it was just to fit the fact that like she's gonna be a champion, so she had better get the powers during the show. So
Okay, but yes, I agree. I think they just like must make money off Arcane. And I think the funniest streamer reaction I've had yet from her was, I guess he's not streaming because he got banned off Twitch, which is the funniest story. Drutut. So Drutut got banned off Twitch for 30 days. He is Polish because he made a joke about Poland on
Polish
stream.
because he made a joke.
No, he's Polish and he got banned off of Twitch for 30 days because he made a joke about Polish people. And he's like, listen, if there's any person who gets to make fun of Polish people, it should be a Pole. And they're anyway, and he got banned for 30 days because he said something in Polish, and they're all like, we shall never discuss what he said.
That's fair. I think that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's bullshit.
Well, I think so they're evaluating these sort of bans like case by case, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting, because
That's right.
that's weird that gets caught. I honestly, I high-key think that this is designed specifically because of
Punish
Tyler
Polish
won.
people. Oh, okay.
No.
Because
Sorry.
of Tyler won?
Yes. No, strictly because
Yeah.
like he's
Have
gone
you not
from
heard
like
this new rule?
What?
Oh, so if you're playing League of Legends and you are streaming it and you start flaming your team and that team finds out, they can report you and then show League that you were flaming them. Just because you're not typing in chat, you're still humiliating them to like tens of thousands of people.
which is like perhaps worse.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then League's like, we will reprimand you. And I
Oh.
believe he was playing and someone typed something in Polish in chat and he called him like a pig dog in Polish. He's like, you're,
but
he's
not-
like,
but not in game.
no, he said out loud, he was like, oh, it's a Polish person, they're a fucking pig dog or something. And he's Polish himself. And he said it in Polish.
I see.
so
So he didn't get banned off of Twitch. Twitch didn't ban him.
Then Twitch banned him too.
Okay, so but
So
he,
he
got,
got double
banned. He got
banned.
banned in League and in Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the
But
fuck?
okay, but the thing is, right, this is different. This is different from Tyler 1, who like in the past, and I feel like nowadays also currently like in the League chat will like doesn't have to, but he will type to like let them know.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah.
I think you're dog shit.
He does. He does.
But he will also like even if he doesn't go in through the even if he doesn't go in through the fucking chat, like he will like vocally say this guy is fucking dog shit. Why is he on my team? Yada yada yada.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I feel like that type of person needs this type of rule, right? This is designed specifically for him, and for some reason it's not being applied to like the most egregious like
Yeah,
case.
no, I kind of agree because he's playing World of Warcraft now. But I
Sure, also get him there.
I'm not that bad. Harut is the worst. Harut gets chat banned like every other week. It's fucking crazy.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harut gets chat banned. You see how I flame. Like I'm not even flaming. I just type it out like, "Yo, enemy team, I have a question for you."
Guy who
And then-
flames. I'm not even flaming.
No, you've been there. You've been there. You've seen how I flame.
It's an interesting way to you aren't like you guys suck. You're terrible.
No, I'll just
What does
type
he
in
say?
chat.
You
I'll
know.
type in chat like, "Yo, set, you got a cock?" Like question mark and shit like that, or or I'll go like, "Yo, do you think like drinking cow's milk straight from the teat is fun?" Or like just shit like that. Just
things objectively like normal society should ban him for,
yeah.
but because there's
It's
so
gamers.
many bigger fish,
That's
you
true.
know,
I
like
get
he
to
just
swim past.
That's
slides
true.
under the radar.
or my favorite was I wrote in chat. The only reason we aren't winning is because my team are a bunch of troglodytes, and I'm not tryharding. And then at one point somebody's like, "Isn't that a slur?" And I said, "No, it's not." I looked it up.
It's a slur.
No, it's not. It just means someone who lives in a cave. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's just someone who like lives in a cave without technology. And then our Twitch fucking starts raging. And then I'll like, okay, fine, I'll win. And then I ulted and I won the game. And then he was like, Twitch was still raging post win in the post screen chat. And that makes my heart
It's
smile.
rough. It's rough.
Yeah, the fact that you like first of all talk to other people in the video game is already rough. But then like the words that you choose to use I don't know.
I was playing against a Fiora and yesterday actually. I was playing against a Fiora and she got like a really lucky kill on me. Like literally a lucky fucking kill because I got stuck in the minion wave. I literally just got stuck in the minion.
I watched
couldn't
this
move.
happen. It was hilarious, actually.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I like just died. And I was mad because it was their minions and my minions, and I was literally sandwiched. I could not move. Died. And she wrote in chat, "Sit down, little pup." Okay?
Okay, pause. You would have
Pause.
fucking wrote the same shit.
Wait.
I feel like you definitely would have said the same
I
shit.
I agree. But the thing is, I then killed her, and I wrote woof. And then I killed her again, and I wrote woof woof. And I killed her again, and I wrote the number of woofs per death she had, and the kill. And then when she died off on the other side of the map, I wrote woof 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 like 6 times,
Yeah.
and I died to one of her teammates because I stopped doing anything and I just typed it out, and it was a ranked game, and she just goes, "I have never been flamed so hard in my life."
Sometimes the counter flame is justified. I would say.
I I do not play the game to talk to other people. That's tough.
Yeah,
But they're such an integral part of it.
they're
They-
trapped with me.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not there.
Yeah.
If they leave,
You're
they
not-
lose LP. If they stay, they get brain damage.
So that's the thing. If I play by myself, I don't have all chat on, which means you can't see the enemy's chats, and you only have your own team's chats, and
Mhm.
things, which is already really detrimental. So
Yeah.
This is the sort of like flowchart of my like mute logic. So I start the game, the enemy is already muted. Then I see teammate talking. If they're not being constructive with their pings or talking, mute. Okay, go next. Right. So this sort of flowchart.
Do you
means
mute the whole team if one person?
No.
is
I just
bad,
mute
or
that
you
person. I
individually?
mute that
Okay.
person, and I mute that. I mute their pings if needed. Right. I don't straight up mute the pings.
Yeah,
to
because
start,
pings
to be
are
honest.
pretty useful.
They might be important,
Yeah.
but like someone might just be putting like the question mark over
Everything,
on
yeah.
you or like over on everybody. All these things, and then that person who is like being kind of inflammatory definitely is flaming their own team. So someone else on the team is going to start arguing with them.
Mhm.
Then I mute that person because I don't want to see any of these chats. It's just annoying, right? So I don't think I need to do this with like people I know in my team, but yeah, I think I have to do this. Right. I already filter out maybe 90% of your messages because I have all chat.
Michael
off.
says, and I shit you not, playing with me, the mini game is trying to figure out the demented shit I'm gonna write to the enemy team because I've never been chat banned in my life. I think Riot looks at it and they laugh too. That's the only reason
That's
I can
not
imagine.
true. So, you're just coping so hard.
They're
You're coping
like,
so
Hassan,
hard.
Hassan is again the main character.
I am.
That's
I am. I'm like, this guy wrote 16 woofs because Fiora died for the 16th time. It's funny.
That's insane. That is insane. Yeah.
Also, the
Yeah.
classic "all chat well played" after they fuck up their play. WP. It's so fast. I can do it so quickly.
This is why I feel like I think back in the day, back in my high school's days when I was spamming the game, like I would say like GG well played regardless if I won or lost. And sometimes in the after lobby, I'd be like, you could give opponents honors and stuff too.
Mhm.
And I would like type to them and be like, oh, that honestly just like I lost fair and square kind of vibes. But like this is the premier example why that shit cannot exist anymore. Right, like because I will say that, and someone would be like, "What the fuck? You think you're better than me or something? What the fuck's wrong with you?" Like no one's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy like actually means well." Right.
Okay, my favorite flame of the night was
just
I
keeps going.
I queued a Jigs for 1,000 damage, and I wrote in all chat, "My Q hits like my father."
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's a good. I know.
No, that was
I
good.
understand. I understand. It is so fucking toxic. But I play League of Legends.
But people are also so like I think triggered at the same time, right? Like because I've played with my friend once and we're duo queuing and like we're playing on. I think getting really tilted in normals
It's cringe.
is
cringe.
is extremely cringe. Like,
Yeah.
I think getting tilted in the game is already cringe, but in normals where it matters even fucking less. Anyway, my friend he question pinged or it was a LeBlanc mid laner, and it was just because of a weird interaction that happened that like caused her to die. So he puts a question ping over her, right?
Oh.
But it was more so like
Like, what
literally,
happened? Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait, why did this happen? So he's on her side, right? But he doesn't say that in the chat. He just puts a question ping as she's dying, and she
Yeah.
immediately just fucking,
Oh, yeah.
like you can hear the little chat sound. She's like fucking typing like crazy because just like, well, you don't even know, like you're fucking bad and like all these things just because he laid down a question ping
Yeah.
that was supposed to be. And I think like I don't really know. I think he uses it very literally, like but
But,
what
like,
happened here.
I'm sorry, he's been playing enough to know what
I
this
understand.
means.
I agree. This is what I tell him.
Yeah.
Like you've played enough, and you also know how like emotionally like incapable the people who play these games are. So like you should really withhold that.
But you see, I dish out the flame and I receive it too. I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one. I gotta give it to him.
That's fair. There's just so many horror stories with the pinging. Like for example, they introduced and quickly reverted or not like changed the logo for there's a bait ping with like a fish hook. But it looked kind of too much like a I guess like an enclosed shape. And so like I think especially in the Korean and Chinese servers, like if you died, they would just be putting the bait symbol on you like over and over again. So that's really fun.
Yeah. And then of course the Korean classic of everybody honors the enemy person who fed the most.
Good.
That's why they deleted
That's why they got
honoring
rid of
the
it.
enemy
They
team.
brought it back now, and you can honor multiple people. But what I've now learned, the secret tech, is you still do the Korean honor, but everybody only uses one of their honors. So that means that everybody else ignored to use their honors except on that one guy. And they're also just that there's skins that exist in the game based off your honor level. So people are literally choosing to ignore free skins just to troll someone else, and that's beautiful. that's the community coming together right there.
I hate people.
That's awesome.
I hate people so
That's
much.
awesome.
Have you never noticed that post honor screen? I always like honor the entire enemy team if we win.
Oh, really?
You don't have wait, how do you have enough honors for that?
Usually you get like 4.
What?
Yeah, I get 4, I think.
What?
It
And you
depends
just
on
go
your
do, do,
honor
do, do.
level.
Oh, I guess I'm too dishonorable.
That's what I'm saying. I flame. I
That seems
do whatever I
unlikely.
do in chat. I think people honor me because they think I'm funny.
No, I think also the what is it? It's also scales with like the number of games played.
I think so too.
So
Yeah.
if you didn't play that like past year or something, you're also at a low honor
Interesting.
level. That's fucking.
I'm
pissed.
still not level 30.
You're pretty close now.
I'm 23, I think.
Yeah, but you're like getting a level every
I
session.
think like getting more time in before like spamming the ranked games is good.
It's
gonna
good
be
for you. It's good
also,
mental.
also we need to get you to play draft.
I think
instead
we have
of
to force you to
Swift
play
play.
draft.
Yeah, maybe.
We can play a draft game today.
I need I think I might want another jungle person. I might need one more person just
Do you
in
want
case.
someone?
What do you want? Yeah,
tankier,
what
or
do you
do you
want?
want someone
don't know.
like what do you want? There's gonna
Yeah.
be a champ for
What
that.
play style?
I don't know. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
let's talk you through it. Do you want to play like a super heavy engager who does damage if you want to build him damage, but tank if you want to build tank, like Nunu? Like Michael plays Nunu.
There's also like
He also secures a dragon and everything else with his Q.
there's also like I think Zach is a pretty cool one.
Zach is
so
really good, yeah.
he's just a big slime guy, and his whole thing is like he can pull himself back and slingshot himself into lanes from like really far away, and like be a ganker. So like his ultimate, he kind of just blows up like a
It does so
pufferfish,
much
and it, like
damage.
it hurts, and it also pushes everyone away. So you're the maximally sort of like CC applier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go unkillable tank in Sejuani, where she
rides a big ass boar.
She rides a big boar. She has this. One of my favorite skins is her like basically on a giant bear. It's fucking sick. But she has a boar. She applies slows, and if she hits the target 3 times, she freezes them in place. And like her whole kit is designated to like getting people stunned, and her ulti is like a giant AOE stun.
Or if you want to do more damage on the more damage axis, there's this guy is pretty hard, but like Lee Sin is pretty fun.
Yeah, Viego.
Viego, sure.
Viego's sick right now. He's
Sure.
really, really good.
Yeah, they're like more kind of like
Assassin.
yeah, bruisery to like assassin kind of thing. Like you won't be getting objectives by like setting up for your team. It's more so like you do it by like being like kind of a lethal threat yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it a little bit. I don't know exactly what
you want to do?
Yeah. You could just play the little
It's
roulette
true.
game
because
as well.
I feel like I've been a little more of the engagey with Nautilus and Vi.
Yeah.
Kind of both do the same kind of thing. So I don't know if I'd want to do something that's the same or if I want to try something.
As a jungler though, as like most junglers, like if you don't have an engage button, it plays extremely differently. So there isn't
I
that
see.
many like low to like non CC champions that juggle.
Yeah, like
I can
even
think of a
Viego
couple.
has like 1 stun in his kit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has a gap close, right? But like someone like Nidalee, for example, she's cool. She throws like spears from a long range. If you tag them, you can like hop onto them, but it's hard to land the spear.
The spear is really hard to land.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other options.
Evelyn, but I don't think you'd enjoy Evelyn. Just given your playstyle. She's invisible most of the time.
No.
And then she assassinates someone.
Just straight up.
Nope.
I told you. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. They got 2 invisible champions and heroes. Fucking hate them both.
Okay.
I hate playing both.
Goddamn.
You got. I mean, if you want to be like truly, I'm going to sit in my jungle and then farm up, and then once we start fighting people, you become useful. You come over a little bit. Can become useful again is you can play like Mordekaiser jungle.
I mean, I kind of want. I don't know. I'd like to be a little bit more involved on the map as well.
You know who would be
right?
fun for him? Udyr.
Oh jeez. I don't like Udyr.
Okay, I know you don't. I mean, as a top laner, I also don't like Udyr. He's nightmare fuel for top laners and bot laners.
He's kind of neat though. He's kind of like a, I don't know how to. He's kind of like a shaman. I feel like because like
Oh, he's definitely a shaman. Yeah.
you just kind of wield like 4 different elements and you get your ulti at level 1, right? And so his ulti is kind of like an ice form, and the rundown is basically he doesn't have any special like gap close or like skill shots. All of his like 4 buttons change what stance he's in, and it'll alter the next auto attack or set of auto attacks he does.
So he has a bear form that gives him like a burst of movement speed, and it will be a stun.
Yeah.
He has a bit of ice form that like he can place an AOE that does a shit ton of damage if they stay in it. He has a shield
He seems
form
activated.
where like if he hits the next target, it gives him a shield and heals him for a percentage of his missing health. And in his Q just increases the shit out of his auto attacks.
So
And
you
he just beats the
literally
living crap out of
have
somebody.
no way of closing the gap on someone other than using your stun auto attack form, which makes you run faster for like a second.
But you run really fast.
You
Like
do run pretty fast.
like the way you build him is you give him like a lot of movement speed, and then based off of the game, you can go lethality, you can go tank, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's the thing that feels good /
Yeah.
bad, which is like he's inevitable, you know.
Exactly.
Like, you cannot like miss your Vi Q on this guy. He will just run at you.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's the thing. And you're like, oh, I'm under tower. Everything is fine. He's half HP. He stuns you. He changes form to turtle.
Yeah.
He punches you in the face.
Yeah.
Then your health bar is like, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
his health bar goes back full, and he has a shield, and he tanks 2 more turret hits.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
No, this is good.
Oh,
this
shit.
is
Yeah,
good.
no, I told you.
This is
I
good.
read him like a book. I'm like,
There's a lot of abilities. It feels very. Yeah, no, this is good.
yeah.
This is good. Yeah.
I said shaman. It was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really the nail on the head. Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
I actually kind of want to see. Can you play this tonight? Can you?
Maybe, yeah.
You set your
Yeah.
Chitley on. You have to leave it for like 30, 40 minutes.
You can lose 2 games within that time. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It will be a good time.
You know, I can try. I think I have enough stuff. I think I have enough blue shit to get him. So
Yeah. No, I think he's one of the
Yeah.
cheaper champs.
He's cheap. I think
Because
he's like
re-
450. He's old.
He's been relatively recently reworked, but he's still very old.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I need to check the price now. But yeah, having an Udyr main is always fun. Everybody, I can never be. He released in 2009.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Old school.
I don't know when he got reworked.
Yeah, he's 1,350 IP.
I might have enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I think it's cool because he's one of those champs that is kind of surprising. Like surprisingly hurts no matter what build. I feel like he goes.
Yes.
It's really flexible because you can
Mhm.
go like the ability power build.
Yeah, which is cursed. And he
which
like
is cursed,
drops
but
the
it makes his-
AoE that
It makes his ice form stuff do more damage. But like you can build him tank who just runs in and like also surprisingly deals a lot of damage. Or you can just go full like AD lethality
Mhm.
and like you just kind of just drive by, you know.
Are you ready for the most cursed thing in the world?
What?
According to u.gg, which is kind of like op.gg,
Okay.
the most common build with the highest win rate across 600 games.
Okay, that's not that many, right?
Well, 600 games at Masters Plus.
Oh, okay.
I can go Emerald Plus.
Tough.
Let me go Emerald Plus. Emerald Plus across 1,000 games.
Okay.
At a 73% win rate
Disgusting. Put it
is
no-
Magi's.
Oh.
So third item, Magi's, has a 78% win rate. And then his base build, if you go Leandri's, has a 53% win rate.
Okay. So
It's
there you go.
crazy.
It's the AP build.
Yeah, basically, if you're ahead on Udyr and you build Magi's, you just win the game. Because
Crazy.
Tough.
It'd be fun.
he's cool. He's a really cool champion. He's really strong right now, too, because of the way that,
I
tank
will
meta
say,
is a
like,
thing.
I haven't played him much, but I like his when you do mobs and stuff, playing the tiger form is really satisfying because your auto attacks are like kind of fast and you kind of heal from them.
Nice.
So I think his clear feels pretty good. It's just his guy is just punching things though.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, that's what Vi does. You just
No,
go-
but like you have to land things, and there's like a little bit more of.
Sometimes,
Alright, it's okay.
sometimes just
a
fucking.
nice skill shot is fun.
But turning off your
I will
brain
say,
and just beating the crap out of somebody is fun, too.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
Pantheon is really fun.
I'm psychically just not the same.
I know you play Ezreal, brother.
Yeah.
You love this. Everything is a skill shot
I
except
love-
for your E, and even then, it's a skill shot.
It's still a skill shot.
You have to skill shot to run away.
Mhm.
Um,
That's awesome.
it's so- literally, that's his entire. That's all he does. So
I see no negatives here.
I understand. You see no negatives,
Yeah.
but I like. I mean, I'm just, like I like melee champions who have like. I just like to. My thing is I love chaos. And I think. Yeah, I just love chaos. That's why I like Pantheon.
This is fair.
Walking into a team fight and then pressing E as the Vel'Koz ults and seeing him go, oh, I do no damage.
Yeah. There's just the two different type of guys. Yeah, exactly. Just the two different type of players. One's like, come on, get closer, let's fucking brawl. I'm like, get the fuck away. I'm gonna hit you from over here.
Yeah, or like I love running up to an Ezreal and then having them E, and then I flash W, and they're like, oh, and they die before the flash comes up. You have to commit both.
Yeah.
I love League because of every player has their own thing. It's so much fun. It's like I know people who perma play Swain, which I think that's brain damage inducing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a very like item dependent guy. Like when the items for him are good, he's just stupid, and when the items for him are bad, he's just not played. So it's what
I
it
don't.
is.
Yeah, I don't like him very much.
Drain tank.
Yeah, he's like everything. That's the antithesis of me. Well, anyway.
All right.
All right.
All right.
We call it there. Bye, folks.
Bye bye.
Bye.